Here we are. We're back again, man. This is episode 2 of The Details. I have a very special guest today. It's a good friend of mine for over a decade. He's one that keeps it 100 with me at all times, whether I wanted to hear it, whether I didn't want to hear it. He's a great athlete, great friend, great friend of God, a brother in God in arms, and he ain't got no prompter. But I want to I want to introduce, nonetheless, man, Lawrence Sidbury. Welcome to the details, big dog.
J Jack
You know what I'm saying? This is
was
my
good.
hey, this is my dog, bruh. This is my dog, man. He this I can't wait for this one because we do this on the regular. We do this on the regular already, but I think this one's going to be special because my whole purpose for the details is to give you your flowers and also spread what you've been doing out here in the world. So, man, tell this your time to shine. Tell everybody who you are, man. A little bit about you right now.
Okay, so you threw my bio in the
Yeah,
trash. All right,
man.
here we
Yeah,
go.
no.
All
This
right,
is you got to throw your whole bio out there.
no, it's
Just
all good. Cliff notes. Lawrence Sidbury Jr. From the DMV, from PG County. Went to the University of Richmond. 2008 FCS national champion. I know y'all got a couple more than we got. 2009 fourth round, pick 125 NFL draft pick to Atlanta Falcons. Played 7 years in the league. After I was done, when I got my MBA, Indiana University. Right now, I'm actually pursuing my doctorate degree in healthcare administration from Virginia University of Lynchburg. And I think right now, I think what's most important, man, I'm passionate about people. I'm done a lot of stuff. I'm in the people business now.
and we're going to get because I want you to share exactly. That's a part of this whole
Yeah,
conversation.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we're
Definitely.
gonna
I
share
can't
what
do
you
that.
what you're doing now because people thought you had an impact what you were doing before.
Nah, you know what? I can say honestly, and you know me, dog. Like I don't. You never. We can. I can talk to 100 people. You never even hear me even bring up my playing career because you know me as a person. Like that gave me a platform to do a lot of things, a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of people. But I'm big on where I'm at right now, and I know, God already told me my impact and what I do with my life. When my tank empty is going to go far beyond what I did as a football player. You know what I mean? Like it's been on me to really impact people. And I talk to people all day, every day. Every day I get a call, somebody call my phone, and they just want to talk. I've learned to listen
Yeah,
and interpret. You know, and listen to the things that people what they're not saying. And I think it's important. But every day I get an opportunity to whether it be just to give advice, in a way minister to somebody, or just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone say that I listen well, so sometimes people just need that. And
that's
that's
real.
that's that's kind of the space I'm moving in. But I'm grateful. Don't get it twisted. Man, I loved every second of playing. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I was grateful for getting some get back on y'all in college.
Man,
Uh,
we're gonna
you
we're gonna
know,
talk about
I
that.
I'm grateful for everything that saying God and blessed me with. But I'm excited about where I'm going now. Real talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it ain't about where you been. It ain't about where you are. And I really see. I'm proud of you first before we
appreciate that, dog.
before we even get into this conversation. Just from when we first originally met to seeing you now, just seeing what you're evolving into. You know what I'm saying? You're still the same person,
Yeah,
but who you're evolving into, bro, that's amazing. And I think that this is why I wanted to make sure we did this because this is another example of people that it life could have went one way, but look where life is now for you. And either one of them are great. They're great, depending on who looks at it. But for you, you like, man, I love where I'm going now.
yeah, I do 100%. Like you never know. Like you start off like no, my first off season, like going into my second season. I'm training with your godfather. I think you was a year behind me, so you just coming down to Atlanta. That time, you was assistant trainer at the Jag Fitness at the time, and that was a interesting relationship. A lot
Man,
of a lot of love though. Don't get it twisted though.
yeah,
A lot, a
nah,
lot of a lot of love there. Interesting relationship. Got a lot of respect for both of y'all. But you just never know because you're so locked in. Like playing football is like you so focused on what you're doing. Like my second year, I didn't really do. I did a little bit my first season, but it's just what can I do? Every day I'm training, trying to get better. It's just football, football, football. But I always took advantage of like opportunity through the PA, like how to enrich myself in the off season. You know, I did a couple internships. I did 2 internships and I did 2 financial boot camps. One at Wharton School of Business at UPenn, and one at Kellogg School of Business at Northwestern University. So I always was on that, but we in there working on every day,
Right.
grinding.
Right.
And you know me, you know I'm gonna be honest with you,
Right.
You know you gotta get a
You
real
was a 2-a-day person.
yeah, you gotta get up real early to beat me to out train me, and that's that's what it was. But to see where I'm at now, like dude, you get in, you think you want to play for 10 years, 15 years. That happened for some people, but even for me, to be in the league 7 years, not really having like a big role.
Yeah.
And then to move into this lane of entrepreneurship, man. I've been in real estate. I got properties that I hold and rent. I flipped probably about 15 houses, and then I met people and I moved into trucking and logistics, and now in this mental health space, man, just God done blessed me with meeting amazing people, and really, I'm really most excited about moving into the mental health space. Like I can't even tell you the amount of fulfillment that I got from it, and I'm just getting started, but just the journey and just knowing that, man, like God gave me an opportunity to really help people but be successful at the same time, and you don't really get that in too many other spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna see people, especially in our communities, underserved, black, whatever you want to call it, or we really need the tools, and them tools not readily available in our community like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? COVID exposed everybody when it came to mental health, exposed everybody.
Man, more than we expected to. Even for myself, it really made me dive into that. And man, see it. Two things I always known about you. One, you're a very hard worker, but more importantly, you're a man of faith, and you believe in God. Like, that's the one thing I've always known about. See, no matter what we used to do. Hey, we used to hit them streets together. Sunday, Monday nights, we was See, one person that I knew was going.
Nah, you can tell it, bro.
Sunday, Monday nights, we was either at Follies.
Yeah, tell it.
We used to be active at what was the spot?
Shout. We used to go to shout all the time.
No. What was the spot at Phipps though?
Twist.
Yeah,
Twist.
This is my running partner, man. When I first got to Atlanta. And me, him, and Lo, man, and us being outside, out and about, our relationship, we had a relationship of working hard in football. If you had to share with somebody, like, where do you get that drive of always obtaining more? Because even when you
let me tell you, man, like, it's funny, when you're a little kid, it's funny the stuff you remember when you're little, right? And I can look at the first two lessons I remember that my parents taught me. Now, obviously, I was fortunate to have both of my parents, so I don't take that lightly at all. But the first lesson I remember my father telling me, he not here with us no more, but he used to always say, "Hey man, be your own man. Be your own man. Don't never be a follower. Make your own decisions, and you go the way that you need to go." And my mom used to tell me that, bro, you can be whatever you want to be. Literally, you can be whatever you want to be. And them the first 2 things I remember. But they tell you stuff, but you still got your own life to live. And especially as a man, we all got our own journey, right? We still, even though we get a lesson from home, we lead a nest, and we still got to become our own self. A lot of that happened in college, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we still got structure there as an athlete or whatever. But like, I watched my parents work, the work that they did. And then my mom went back. My mom was a pharmacist. She went back to school, got her doctorate degree, and I saw a lifestyle change. My dad was a retail manager, but I seen him start from the bottom and work. So it just, for me, it's like, man, success is linked to hard work, and you got and discipline. You got to do it. But then now, and I've learned to be a little more gray when I listen to people, and because everybody's plight is different. Everybody didn't have the same upbringing that I had. Everybody had their own set of issues, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's they might have mental challenges.
Right.
But I look at it like this, and I look at it black and white. Because people always ask me, like, dog, how you stay motivated? And I'm looking at it like, I like to base my life off outcomes. If I'm not getting a certain outcome, operating the way I'm operating, bro, I got to do something different. If not, I might also just get up and just keep banging my head against that wall. My forehead gonna get salted, but the wall ain't gonna get no salted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got like I gotta. It's based off outcomes. So I look at and say, is what I'm doing working? And if I don't change, what result am I gonna get?
Yeah.
So the output of nothing is nothing. You know what I mean? And I know that's kind of harsh, but it's like literally I look at it it's like, man, if I don't get up and do this, I'm not gonna get where I want to be. And some people say you should live in fear, but I fear. Like people got a fear of failure, right? Some people's fear of failure kind of paralyzes them.
Yeah.
I got a fear of failure too. I feel like if I don't do what I need to do, I'm gonna fail, and that like pushes me like, man, let me get on the ball.
Have you always been like that?
Um, but I think I have. And then I got a competitive nature about me too. And don't get it twisted. Everything ain't been sweet. Everybody got their own set of challenges. People ain't. Everybody in my life ain't done the right thing by me. I've been motivated by. It's funny the things that motivate you. To get you a certain place. It could be. I was resentful for a long time. Being resentful of people and how they what they said, how they treated me, pushed me to be really a pro athlete. You know what I'm saying? Being resentful, going to even my school, University of Richmond, going there, a small white liberal arts school. I love the school, don't get it twisted. But it wasn't always, it wasn't always peaches and cream.
Yeah.
I wanted, I got to for school and we had, our athletic liaison. I told her I wanted to major in computer science. She like, nah, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. Why? Because I'm the only person here that went to the inner city school. Like, I was smarter than everybody else, real talk. So when people tell me that I can't do something back, when people tell me that I can't do something, dog, like I take it personal.
Yeah.
So that combined with just really being fearful of not making it, man, it's like, shoot, that's probably traumatic and all this stuff. But nah, I fear being on my deathbed and having regrets, dog. Like, and then we black.
Right.
That's a whole nother thing. We black men in this world. We don't get the same opportunities. Even in our community, man, we just don't. No offense, but statistically, the numbers say, education-wise, black women they beating us. It ain't all their fault. Some of it's our fault. Cause some of it's our fault because we just don't value education like that. But everything is slanted against us. So like, why not be somebody that can just defy the odds and show you like, man, this really is possible. So all those things together,
they motivate you.
That's me, dog.
Do you know? Did you always want to make it to the NFL?
Bro, I wouldn't even think about it. Like, I really wouldn't even think about it. Like, first of all, my high school, I went to Oxon Hill High School. We was the cellar, the basement.
That was terrible.
Terrible, nigga. We won. We went 1-9. I played varsity 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. We went 1-9 3 years in a row, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, if anybody do watch this, I probably post it. Like, the people I went to high school with, they motivated. They probably was some of my biggest motivating people before I got to the league. Like when I got to school, every sprint I ran, I'm thinking about. That's what I was talking about, the resentment, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about every time they laugh, every time we come to school, they say, "How much I lose by this week?" I'm like, man, yeah, Lawrence, we know you good, but y'all suck. Blah, blah, blah. They laughing, and it's some of the stuff you just don't ever forget.
Did
But hold up, but them U-turns be priceless though. The U-turns, and that wasn't my motivation though. Like,
yeah,
like I didn't just want to make it to the league so I could say, look at you. But I think going to Richmond, even at that time, we wasn't even good.
Right.
Like y'all at App State, y'all was having a lot of success at the 1AA level.
Yes, sir.
Richmond wasn't. But my class, me, and then Tim Hightower, and a few other people that came in, man, we sat down there, and we just came together and said we're gonna change this around. And we said we're gonna win a national championship when we left. And lo and behold, bro, we spoke it into existence. Now, people like myself, Tim, we had a fullback named John Crone, number 3, if you remember.
I remember.
We had a tight end, 82, Joe Stewart, and we had a bunch of other people there. Man, we just banded together and was like, bro, we gonna change it. But our quarterback at the time, his name was Stacy Tutt. He was number 3 before Crone was. He was like, Stacy probably like 6'2", probably about 240 at quarterback. He fit in perfect now.
Yeah.
But at the time, wasn't fit in then. And he was like, well, okay, what position is he going to play? and he had a couple workouts. They worked him out as safety, fullback, tight end, H-back, everything. But when he was having the workouts at school, I would be the only one out there. I went out there, I watched. He had 3, and I went out there and watched every single one. One was in the pouring down rain, and the other 2, man, he worked out on offense. Then they put him through some drills at safety on defense. And then when I saw that, I was like, man, you know what? I can do this. And then I had 2 more years left, and after that is when I became the player I became
Man,
at Richmond.
that says a lot about you. It says a lot about yourself because drive is one thing that being an athlete, one is a blessing because you learn lessons that most kids that don't play
Yeah.
sports learn. You know, what was one of the first lessons that you learned from sports that you still feel you apply today?
Man, accountability, bro. Because football don't owe you nothing.
Hmm.
It's like I was just having this conversation before I came over here. Like, let's say you a dude on a bubble, right? And then you might come to camp and they know what's happening before camp start.
Hmm.
We gonna cut this dude. But it's like if you don't even give a full effort, you don't give yourself a chance.
Mm.
Like whatever you do, you have to give yourself 100% effort, like a real effort, not a fake effort. Like you gotta give it everything you got. 9 times out of 10, if you give it all you got, you never gonna fail. Most time people fall short because they play themselves. They put in, they all in one spot, and they halfway in or not in on another part, or they only want to do the things that they excel at. Let me keep practicing. Like you play a running back. You perfect at getting downhill running the zone, right?
Right.
But you got a problem reading on the power. So what you gonna tell the coach? Only put me in where we run the zone.
Right.
So it's like you gotta. It makes you work on the things about yourself that you might not necessarily be good about. Even now, that's like even with myself. I didn't used to be a very patient person. Shoot, life and situations and stuff that you prey on and relationships, they make you learn that as a man. That same resentment that fueled me to get to this point don't work in regular life with people in business. It don't work. So now you gotta learn something else.
Mm.
Shoot, I know you're gonna get on me. Last about a year and a half ago, I was late to the party getting this weight off from COVID, dog. I ain't never tell you how much it was, but I'm about to tell you now.
Right.
Nigga, I was 330, bro.
No, you wouldn't.
I was, bro. It just didn't look like it because I was solid, nigga. I was 330.
See, you didn't get big like that.
Nigga, we on camera. I ain't gonna lie. I was 330.
Yeah.
I was 330. G, hold on, G. You seen the footage? Like
You see
G,
the footage?
he videotaped, bro. He videotaped my man birthday party. It looked like a different person, dog. But what I had to do, I had to get back to what I was.
Yeah.
I had to get back to eating right. I had to get back on training like I was supposed to. I had to stop doing those things. So I had to be accountable to myself. So the game, football teach you that.
Mm.
You really get out what you put in.
Mm.
And sometimes you can put in and still not get out, but you still got to put in. That's a bar. I ain't even mean to say that.
Nah.
You got
That's That's what.
real talk. You still you get out what you put in. Sometimes you put in, you don't get out, but you don't even give yourself. Really don't give yourself an opportunity if you don't even put in. So you got to, and if you don't, you got to look in the mirror and you got to say, you know what, I really didn't do what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I got what I got. But 9 times out of 10, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you typically get what you're supposed to get.
Man, and you've seen. It's a great testimony to young men and women, honestly, about what you can get and accomplish out of life if you just work hard. Like one thing I've always, once again, I say is see it gonna show up, see it gonna work, see it gonna work, see it gonna work, see it gonna. He's not complaining. He gonna voice his opinion. He gonna see it gonna voice his opinion, but I can always say anytime I've ever needed see it comes in at 1,010%.
Yeah.
He Sid shows up. He's always done things at the utmost and of class, and you could tell about yourself now because like you said it. I took opportunity that the league gave me, and I went to school. I went to the class. I remember you was going to the media classes.
Bro, I ain't paid for a degree yet, dog. I ain't paid for none of them, man. Like obviously I got the football scholarship that was from Richmond, but like all the business management entrepreneurship programs that I went to, the league paid for, the internships, the housing they paid for, my MBA they paid for, even now my doctorate degree, the NFL trust they paying for. It's like you got opportunity, man, and sometimes the opportunity is right in front of you. It's on you to see it. You know that little meme where I got it on my phone, but you know, with a dark skinned girl, she's standing there, she looking like this. You know, that, like, bro.
Staring at the other girl.
Sometimes stuff that the way we supposed to go, what God wants us to do, the opportunity be right there in front of our face. It's on you to take it. Like, it's be right there.
Why do you think people miss the mark on that?
Man, I'm still trying to figure that one out. You know what I mean?
If you had to take a guess on it.
Biblically, it's disobedience. That's really what it is. I got this thing, but and biblically it's disobedience. In a regular sense, sometimes, man, people just have a hard time. They right there in the moment, they have a hard time seeing what's right in front of them. Like somebody you don't know who got experience can be a million miles away, and they can diagnose your plight instantly. But when you in it, whether it be, you may be emotional, you just may not be mature enough, you may not be in the right mindset, or you might just be fighting it.
Yeah.
You can see it, but 9 times out of 10, people know where they're supposed to be at. They just not there. I'll be saying, man, I got another thing I say, man. Do what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing, and be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. Because we know sometimes, like
99%.
Yeah, 99% of the time, sometimes God will take you on a journey where you just got to take the first step and follow and see where the next step gonna go. But people be knowing what they supposed to be doing. And that was grammatically incorrect. They know what they're supposed to be doing.
Man, you know what?
Yeah,
I think this podcast.
I'm a doctor, dude. I'm a doctor in Jamaica. You gotta get
no,
right.
I'm about to say you ain't a doctor yet. You a doctor?
Nah, but real talk,
respect on you, Dave.
Real talk though, like God be telling people what they supposed to be doing. They be knowing it, man. Like whether he speak to them or he put something on their heart, they know.
Yeah.
But they just don't do it, man. And you miss out on a lot like that. Like where I'm at right now, personally, this is what that fear thing I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Because I went to a retreat, spiritual retreat. Like I be doing everything, though. I went to a retreat.
That's what life is about.
With my therapist. She's a Christian therapist, and she had a retreat. And she talked about obedience, and she said you cannot negotiate the consequences of disobedience, bro. You do not know what not doing what he tell you to do. You can't negotiate it. You don't know how grave it's gonna be for not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I ain't never heard one person say, "Man, I did what God told me to do and it didn't work out." It's just not gonna happen. But once you start negotiating with yourself or introducing things in the mix that ain't supposed to be there,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't praying like you supposed to. You ain't in your word like you supposed to. You acting out, doing stuff you know damn well you ain't supposed to be doing. Now all of a sudden people getting confused. Did I really hear it? Is this what you want me to do? I need quadruple confirmation. All of a sudden I can't use my free will to do the right thing. I can use my free will to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I ain't even think about it. But now I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Now all of a sudden I'm froze. I don't know what to do. But it really all come down to really disobedience, man. Because he got a plan for everybody. You know what I'm saying? He promised everybody abundant life, real talk. But if you don't follow the plan, bro, you really setting yourself up. And it's like I said earlier, like, bro, if you don't give yourself 100% effort, like what you really expecting?
Do you? Because I think by watching this video, you can really tell like you have a great foundation. Like you came from a great foundation, and because there's principles and morals. Like you can hear it just in your tone and also how you talk. How do you feel aside from hard work? Your parents, because I've met both. I've gotten to meet both of them. Even your dad. Rest in peace, and that's even a common ground that we have.
Yeah, I know. I bet we kind of got closer after that, actually.
We did, because it gave
perspective.
It's a perspective. Not too many people know how that feels.
Yeah.
Not too many people understand that, but the people that do, like, I understand death a lot more differently now.
Yeah.
And that was at a young age. But how much do you feel your parents gave you a foundation like that? Because it's from God to school. It sounds like they instilled that into you.
Man, they did, man. The last thing you want to do is just raise another nigga, right? We got enough niggas out here, man. I was keeping 100. Yeah. Put that on Instagram, whatever. Last thing you want to do is raise another nigga, man. And I will say, he did a good job, man. They might not even know him. I'm not a parent yet, but you want to raise your child the best way you can. But through some of their experiences, like their struggle, like my mom, she done a lot of great things, but she just a black girl from Southeast DC. My father just was a little black boy from Hampstead, North Carolina, in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Which was another which is, bruh, to not cut you off, but it was. I actually talked about you today, when I was telling how I got into fitness. But not only us playing against each other, to me assisting training with my mentor, and we had just played, but the commonalities that we had from the people that we knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hempstead, you're from North Carolina, which is right beside Wilmington. And you knew said.
Yep.
And
dang, I forgot about say. Yeah,
right,
right. Yeah, yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's a common ground. And I actually seen him on social media today. But I think people were meant to meet certain people, and another reason why I brought you on here I wanted to bring you on this is to share your story, your thought process, how you move, the things that you're doing, but also it shows a testament that how God really connects us.
Yeah, and you got it, man. You got to take it and run. You know what I'm saying? Like, this been what? I've been in Atlanta, shit.
I've been over a decade.
2009. We've been knowing each other over 10 years now.
Yeah.
So it's like, to get back to what I was saying, I'm going to come back to where you was at, the foundation, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely got to go to school. My mom, I couldn't even bring a C home in my house. Like, too many B's, my mom like, what's up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Nah, same.
And even my pops, he like, hey, shit, you heard what your mom said. That's what's up. Like, we ain't playing around about school. But I you know what? I probably could have did whatever. But man, let that teacher call home or bring them bad grades, nigga. What?
Right.
They weren't going for that.
Come holler at me.
Period. Like, not going for that. Period.
You got to come holler at me today.
And I think I ain't never really been no troublemaker. I always been even killed. Like, just kind of level headed or whatever. But even still, you still gotta take that journey as a grown man. Shoot. Even though they raised me to be a certain way, my first couple years in Atlanta, I did a whole lot of stuff I ain't proud of. You know what I'm saying? I had opportunity. I was really not being myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're finding yourself though.
Yeah, I found myself in some places I probably shouldn't have been.
But you know what though? See, because we talked on Sunday when we was talking about church. I think it's the same thing. Even with this, you had to experience those things in order to know, like, that's not for me.
You know what though? I already knew. We'll be honest, right? Be honest. Ain't no way. I know better. Some people, like, we use the term ignorance, right?
Right.
People use ignorance, like, colloquially, they use ignorance as like somebody, or he's stupid or something like that. But ignorance is really the absence of knowledge. Like, you might make a mistake out of ignorance, not in a bad way, but because you just didn't know. Nigga, I knew. You know what I'm saying? I knew better.
Right.
I knew better. I just ain't do better. You know what I'm saying?
But I think as long as you was handling business,
yeah.
You handle.
Yeah, I handle my business.
You handle business.
I ain't proud of some of the stuff I did. But even now though, I had one of the moments. I'm gonna say this. You remember the TLC? Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, and the dude. He's like. Then he goes and takes a glimpse in the video. Like, Buddy in the video had HIV. I ain't have HIV, but I was like, I had a moment where I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
That was in 2011, bro. I remember like it's yesterday. I had an aha moment, man. I was like, bro, what you doing? Ever since then, and I toned it all the way down. And you know what I'm saying? I had to let how I was living my life marry up with what I believe.
Yeah.
And I had my best year on the field, and man, things just got better. So I am an advocate for, man, when you do the right thing, man, God gonna reward you for being obedient, bro. Straight up. And that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your obedience leads to your abundance. Actually, your obedience leads to desire, and your desire leads to your abundance. So you gotta first get in line. Then you gotta be intentional and do the right thing. As you keep stacking the days, your desire gonna grow, and as you continue to please Him, the blessing's gonna come. Like it's really a formula, not like a mathematical equation, but it's a formula to being blessed.
Yes.
And all you really gotta do is just tap in and do what you gotta do, and it's gonna come. Because you know what I'm saying. Numbers 23:19 say here, man, he ain't gonna lie. That man ain't gonna lie. Once he said it, that's it.
Mm.
So if he tell you something and you fall in line, like he really gotta come through.
Mm.
And that's you know what I'm saying.
Bars, bro. Listen, man. That's. But once again, this is Sid. This is Sid. This is why we connect, because I've always been blessed, and I always say this, that to meet certain people in my life, that we have commonalities that's solid. People outside of what you do as a profession, playing sports is what connected us. Training connected us, but thought process on pushing ourselves, thought process on faith, thought process on what it is to be a man and to be a young man out here, and to holding ourselves accountable with self-awareness. You don't Everybody doesn't get that opportunity, bro.
Yeah, they don't. And I think I was having this conversation the other day too, man. I got an opportunity right now at 37, you know what I'm saying, moving into a totally different space. Like, we touched on it, but let me go here right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been blessed, man, through a friend of mine from college. Since I've been retired, all of my entrepreneurial quests have come through mentorship, man. Mentorship is key. You can't just, we don't need no more crash dummies, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you start a business, you don't gotta get it out the mud. You don't gotta do it on your own. You ain't gotta be self-made, bro. Get you a mentor, dog. Like everything I've done, when I first started the real estate thing, it was one of my teammates that named Lamont Jones. He lives in Baltimore now. He's from Virginia but lives in Baltimore. Got me into that.
From college or from
Richmond.
Okay.
And then I did that. I'm still doing it, and even getting to trucking and transportation logistics, owning the trucking company. My homeboy Mario Wright, I met it at actually about a few weeks before the world shut down in COVID. We met at a little entrepreneur meetup. Like I think it was like February 28th, 2020, like right before everything shut down.
I never knew how y'all knew each other.
And he got me in that. So now through Lamont, he linked me up. I won't say link. Yeah, he linked me up with somebody else, and she been a man. She been an awesome mentor in this mental health space, bro.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot, and it kind of marry up with just my personal growth and therapy and stuff like that has made me passionate about the space. And even now being in school, with this this doctorate in healthcare administration, that's going give me a little more credibility in the space. All the classes about leadership, communication, how to manage change. So it's like it's all working. You know what I'm saying? All working together for good. Romans 8:28. By the way, it's all but it really is. It really
that's how me and him connect.
Yeah, it really is all working together, man. And man, this process of getting this behavioral health clinic started, it's been it's been a journey, man. Like my application been thrown out twice. It was held up one time. Like it's been a year. I've been back and forth between. It's gonna be in Virginia, in Richmond, by the school. But it's been going back and forth trying to get it together. It's been a long time coming, and it's something I prayed on. And he said, son, I'm gonna give you this, and I had to be patient. Had to be patient. Like I started everything last year, July 5th. I think was today the 13th, 14.
Today's 13.
13, and a year later, I'm moments away from doing it. And the people the people that's gonna work with me, I'm able to bring on, a couple of my high school classmates, man. So organically, I already had the people. I had the people that I needed to help me get started.
Favor ain't fair.
Yeah, I'm saying. So it's just, man, I'm just telling you, like, man, I get up every day. I pray on what I'm doing, and thank him every day for leading me down this path. And I'm actually excited. It's a business. We gonna make money, but man, just being able to help people who need help. Because there's a lot of people struggling on that mental health thing.
Yeah.
Bro. And
that don't even know how to reach out.
Especially in our neighborhoods, bro. We need it, dog. Especially our young men, we need it. And I'm just, everybody talk about mental health. Everybody talk about it. Former athletes get on podcasts and talk about how they struggle or how important it is, but I don't know of any. I think I know of one other one that I know. But actually, look, I ain't just gonna talk about it. I'm about to do something.
Dude, and this is actually kind of it coincides with what we're talking about, but it's kind of a different direction for young athletes. You've technically been successful out post playing,
Yeah,
like whether it's been through real estate, whether it's been through the trucking, or
yeah.
now going into this mental health space. What advice would you give somebody that just stopped playing or things that aren't going their way?
First of all, you gotta understand, bro. That's a business, man. You gotta get it in your head, love it, train your butt off,
Yeah,
eat, sleep, breathe the game, make relationships, enjoy your time in the locker room, make plays, enjoy the highlights. But have it in the back of your mind, bro, this is a business, dog. There's nothing different about the NFL than any other place. But people don't understand, like, you're going to have people who have 8, 9 digit wealth playing the game. We're going to have people who don't make it past a mini camp.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand, no matter what you do, your time will come to an end because you're a commodity.
Yeah,
And you can't get emotional about it. You gotta understand. They tell you it's a business. It's a business. They tell us every day it's a business. But when the time comes, we get emotional about it. And like maybe I'm wrong for being devoid of emotion. You know, not saying I was totally devoid, but like
you definitely are.
what?
You
You
definitely.
think so?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The reason why I probably was devoid of emotion when I got out of the league, 'cause I had to deal with my dad dying at the same time being out of the league. So I wasn't even really like I wasn't. I was tripping, but like dealing with my father passing was more important than not being a player.
But you ain't got no prompter though. You have zero prompter, bro. You have zero before see seeing the said some shit to me before, man, where like I had to kind of step back and be like, bro, all right, this your friend. This your friend. He ain't gonna never tell you nothing bad.
My delivery is better. It was all out of love.
Boy.
It was out of love, though. But we laughing. I know I done said some stuff, but like it was all out of love though. Like my heart was in the right place, but I've learned though. We joke, but I've learned that you know you can be honest, but you don't gotta be brutal. You can be honest and you can be empathetic to somebody's plight or their background. You can be honest and your delivery don't gotta be so. Now sometimes I still don't care, but for the most part, I think about those things.
You
now.
got better.
Yeah, I know I have. Like I think about those things now because sometimes I do it because y'all be laughing. Y'all be poking me to say stuff just to get a laugh.
No, you
No,
be ready.
People know a lot of people. They be like, I got like, for instance, like Mario. He'll say something. Or even some of my friends back home, my best friend back home, Derek. He'll say something just so I can say something crazy, so he can get me riled up just to laugh. But you can be much more empathetic with the truth. You don't gotta be the truth of somebody like that. And
Another reason why I wanted to bring you on here because I want to make sure people got this side of Sid, and I like the educated side of Sid because the world needs that, but they definitely need the I ain't got no prompter.
yeah,
I'm
I
talking
got
to
it.
you
But look,
today.
oh yeah, I mean we can talk about some other stuff too. But I'm better with that now. And I forgot where I was going. You talking about going off on a tangent? You done made me lose my train of thought.
Nah,
What you talking
man,
about?
no. You was talking about like the league and you didn't have no emotions, especially.
Oh yeah, so you have to. Oh yeah, so I remember where we was at. So you just got to understand, man. Like you get drafted, you got an agent, you go to the symposium. Like they beat it into your head that this is a business. So it's like, even with that being said, you got to give everything. You have to give it all. You got to train like a maniac. You got to watch film like crazy. You got to take care of your body. You know, in the facility and outside of the facility, and you got to play well. Don't get it twisted. You got to do all those things well, but you just have to know. And we look when your time about to be up, bro. You know.
Yeah,
So you don't feel right. You know, you walk into the facility, they ain't talking to you the same, and like you playing well, but you may not be getting opportunities. And even they do that to superstar players. You'll see somebody who getting the ball every play, and the next thing you know, especially on offense, he third or fourth read. He ain't getting the ball because they made him the last read on. They made him
Right.
the last read on the play. So it's like you just have to know, but at the same time, you done yourself a disservice. All you do is play. In the off season, all you do is mess around and travel. Look, don't. I'm not saying don't do it, man. Look, have fun, travel, party. You know what I'm saying? Experience everything that the game allows you to, that the stardom allows you to. But man, you got enough time to be working on something else, man. They got a lot of resources, man, and you got a chance to make a lot of inroads and relationships. So if you get done and you haven't taken advantage of any of that stuff, man, you really done yourself a disservice. You really have. So
That's real.
I think because I was doing those things, and shout out to Kevin Winston, KW, he was our director and player engagement when I was here with the Falcons, and David Thornton when I was in Indianapolis, and Duke Preston and Tampa Bay. Man, I always tapped in with them, man. What can I do? Not that I was preparing to be done.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't training training less hard, but like, dude, all right, I'm 37 now. I was done when I was 30. And be 30 in the league is not. Most people don't even make it to 30.
Right.
So it's like I was done playing football at 30 years old, man. I gotta, hopefully another 40 or 50 years left to live after that. I gotta do something. So, man, if you just actually just look at it and just be real with yourself. Just being real with yourself, man. It really can go a long way. There ain't no way you see what's going on. You know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
It's brutal, bro.
You
can't do that forever, dog. You can't.
Not skip it, and you didn't skip. You literally, I'm retired. Boom, I'm right into something. You might take a few months.
You want to know why? Because I was messing with my dog Lamont. I was flipping houses while I was still playing.
Right.
I remember, like, I had started. I left Indy. I remember I had tore my shoulder up. I tore my shoulder up, and I was kind of like hadn't been signed, so I had got signed to Houston to go to training camp. I knew I wasn't gonna make the team, but it was good. I just needed to get on film.
Yeah.
So I went on there and I played well in the preseason, but I knew I wasn't in the plans, but I just needed to get on film.
Yeah.
So when I was in Houston, I'm on the phone with Mon. Like, he's like, bro, I found a house for you. And this go to show you. And I'm gonna tell you some stuff. I don't even advise nobody to do business like this. But this is a testament to our brotherhood, right? Man, I'm getting started with the house, and me and Jones, with Lamont, his name is Lamont Jones. Me and Jones, we like this. We brothers. Like, sometimes when you in real estate, your money can get out on the street. You got money, but it's on the street. Or it might be in a project. You might just bought a house, so you might not be as liquid, man. The first house I did the first house in his company name, and he 1099 me for the whole thing. So that wasn't the right way to do it. But with him, I would do that because that's what we got. Like,
right.
we done exchange funds like that numerous times. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you.
I was about to say that's
don't do that.
That ain't the play.
Don't do that, because everybody like, that's my brother. Lamont is my brother. He also is my contractor. We just got that relationship. Like, what I'm saying? If something happened to his family, I got him. Something happened to my family, he got me. Like, don't do that though. But he did the first house. I first did the deal. I wired him the money. I was on, like, I think I just got finished working out. I wired him. I think the house was like, how much I put it to the house? The house was like 40. No. The house was 50, and then I think the rehab was like 90, but I ended up selling it. So that's 140. I ended up selling it for like 190. I ended up making like 50 bands before fees and everything on the house. So I'm in Houston, right, when I'm doing that, but I end up going to Tampa. And like, I think like maybe the first week I had got to Tampa, the house had closed, and before I went to practice, I got a wire for like 40 racks. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
that's a hell of a way to start practice.
Man, what? I was moving so fast, though. I was moving so fast in practice that day. But I'm just going to show you. But it just let me know that, bro, this don't work out. I know what I can do. It's life. It's life outside of football. So I was already working on how, how to sustain myself and really move into a second career.
Right.
Once football was finished.
And a purpose, man. I think one of the big things that, aside from telling your story, giving your roses, this is why I started the details. I started the details to not just talk about business, to not talk about sports, or people thought I was going to talk about fitness. But I really wanted to show what makes and define a person to where they've gotten to. And it ain't about, hey, I work these plays. Nah.
I can tell you what drives me right now, bro. We got enough. It's 1 million podcasts now, right?
Yeah.
We got enough cautionary tales of people who bumped their head and did all the wrong things they older, and now I'm telling my story about how I could have did something different.
Mm.
And it's value in that.
Mm-hmm.
But we need more people, such as like yourself, like you, such as myself, talking it while we living it. So, because this might not be the right way to think about it, but I feel like when everybody's talking about what they could have did, it's like you almost giving a green light to mess up. You know what I mean? Black people, we don't need to mess nothing else up. We already 400 years behind. We already at the bottom rung on the socioeconomic status. We already, in black and white on paper, everything is already slanted against us. So we got the most to overcome. It's like, man, we don't need no more people talking about them. And I want to make sure that I'm heard the right way. It's extreme value in recognizing your faults. It is, because some people just get that revelation later. I'm just saying we need more people who actually living it to talk. So maybe when somebody turn this podcast or on another one on, they can say he or she is actually doing it. Let me look at that person instead of saying,
Come on.
well, they did all this, but they got it later in life. Like, we all got an end date, man. Bible say 70 is the average. Like, that's 70. Some people will live a little longer. Some people will live a little shorter. It's like, really think about it, man. We don't really have that much time.
Man, come on. Once you hit that 35.
Yeah, we don't have that much time, man. And people delay progress. Like, sometimes just being in progress is enough for some people. And I know, look, I'm saying that people have things to work through, traumas to work through, and I'm not, people get on me about this. Like, I host a call, and this is like a common topic where they're like, Lawrence, everybody not like you, and I understand that. So I'm not down on nobody who still got to do work, because I had to do work myself. I'm just saying we just got to be intentional about doing that work to get to the finish line. Like, we gotta yearn getting to the finish line. We gotta want it so bad, just as much as you comfortable saying I'm in progress. You know what I'm saying? We just got too many. We got too many people who did stuff the wrong way, and it might not be their fault. You know what I'm saying? Some people raised in certain environments, but some people make bad decisions.
Right.
In the presence of the better ones.
Because how you was raised, honestly, how you was raised doesn't determine.
Yes, I'm saying. So
it don't determine nothing.
We got a lot of people talking about how, following the same footsteps as the people before them, and sometimes people have that out, and they don't take it because sometimes they may not know how. They might be rolling. The crowd they're rolling with is doing that. They not thinking for themselves. But I think right now, it's useful for me to be somebody that's, living what I'm talking, not just on here just saying whatever. Like, you know me.
Yeah.
This me.
This is me.
That's why I ain't all. What I'm saying, every side. What I'm saying, from what I'm saying, the women I was with when I first got to Atlanta to how I feel now in my faith journey. My mindset on on business, my mindset on just self-improvement. Like, man, we need people who actually living what they're talking, so people can look at this and say, you know what, I can do this, I can get on track sooner, instead of derailing myself or actually distracting myself. Could we use that word distraction, just like something to just get in your way, but really
I like that.
Distracting ourselves.
I like that.
And really getting off the path where we need that, man. And there's 100 podcasts where you can look and say, I made these mistakes, don't be me.
Right.
We need more people say, be me. And actually can me,
I'm gonna give you the blueprint too.
Yeah, be me. Do what I'm doing now. And male and female too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be me. I'm doing this now, you can do it too. And you don't have to go through stuff. You don't have to endure hardship. You ain't gotta sabotage yourself. You ain't gotta go through the BS. You actually can do it now. Now, if we all, as a man, there's 4 of us in here right now, we think about some of the stuff that we did, man, we look back at it like, brother, nothing good came out of it, right? Nothing fruitful came out of it. So you had to think about it, man, not from a natural sense, but then, if you're in your word, you gotta look at it like, man, we asked a question, right? And I said this earlier, have you ever heard anyone say, man, I followed the plan, I did what God told me to do, and they didn't get the outcome they wanted? Like, he literally rewards obedience, bro. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like it's like one of them things that's it's black. Like
It just may not come when you want it.
yeah. That's the only thing. It's black and white. Now you're gonna get tested because God know the end in the beginning. He may have a plan for you. He knows exactly how it's gonna go. And the only way that you're gonna lose out on this blessing, and it's the first video that me and G recorded. G, you remember the video on aborting God's promise, the first one? Like you literally, once he make a promise to you, that's it. It ain't no deviating. He ain't about to change it up. He ain't going back. The only way that you can lose it is that you go left and he give you over to your sin. But the assignment don't change. So if you do come back, you got to sit down and take the same test over again. But you gonna keep taking it until you pass. So you might change, but the assignment don't change. So if you really think about it, it's like, why not?
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's really that simple. Like why not? Like me doing my thing ain't got me nowhere. I supposed to take this job, didn't do it. I was supposed to start this business, didn't do it. I'm with the person who I know I ain't supposed to be with, but she look good or he bring me this excitement. It ain't get me nowhere.
Right.
Man, you just literally gotta do what you've been told to do, and that's how I'm rocking. I've been in this space for a year now. The same time with this clinic been starting, I got a counseling session that kind of went left. And from that standpoint, man, if you notice, you look at me on Instagram, I've been talking about this obedience thing for a whole year.
Been showing up.
He actually the one that kind of got me started on camera. That was the first message. Like, the benefits of being obedient, bro, they far outweigh having a worldly mindset, man. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, for where you going to spend eternity at, but even enjoying some of the stuff here on earth, like, man, it's literally a formula to this life. You know what I'm saying? And look, you get a choice though. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
But you don't know what's gonna come. You can't say, well, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, but whatever come out of it, I can deal with it. You don't know that. How? I'm just at the point, bro. I don't even want to find out no more, dog. Like, that's why I'm at. I done did a lot of stuff that ain't get me nowhere. I'm like, look, man, I'm doing whatever he got for me. If I pray on it, and he says it's a green light, it's a go, or the messaging I'm getting, because God talk to people in different ways. It could be audible. He can put a pressure on your heart. It could be dreams. You can have visions. It can be through somebody else. Once I get that confirmation, dog, I'm gone, man. I don't have no time. I'm not wasting no more time, dog. I want it all, dog. I want everything I can do, and I want everything he got for me. And together, all that together, that's just where I'm at.
I love it.
That's where I'm at. I put it like this. So we got this, and I'm gonna end with this. I said this earlier, but like, when you gotta trust God on like I did the interview with George, right? And talking to him personally, he'll say, man, you can't prostitute God. That's his thing. But what he's saying is, like, we all men, we gotta provide, right? I can't ask God to bless my pockets on my provision, and then on the other things in my life, I'm not trusting it. That make you a hypocrite, right?
Right.
So, God, get me out of this jam, or God, please, bless my business. Let give me overflow, and blessing. You know what I'm saying? Bless me abundantly. You know what I'm saying? What's it? You don't have room enough to receive. That's what I'm saying. Y'all in the church, bless them. You don't have room enough to receive. That's what they say offering time, right? Well, how am I trust him with that and asking for that? But the stuff that my heart tied to, the stuff that my emotions tied to, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna lean on my flesh on that.
Right. They don't align.
Yeah, you can't do that. So you got to be all in. Like, partial, my therapist, her name's Melody Thompson. She always say partial obedience is disobedience. So I'm gonna end like this. So you go to a chiropractor, right?
Yeah.
You been. Do you go to the chiropractor and get half of your body adjusted?
No.
Imagine going to the chiropractor and you got your neck on one side, your arm, all this stuff going down. You got half of your body adjusted, and you left the other half as is. That's the same thing as not buying into the whole plan that God got for you, man. Like, I'm aligning myself here, but I'm out of line here. You out of alignment, dog. I'm just saying, like,
in alignment.
Yeah,
get in alignment.
And you really do got to get in alignment, man. Like, you actually see, like, everybody talk about this manifest stuff. Look, man, that stuff come through work, hard work, because the Bible also say that we're co-workers with God.
Yeah.
he gonna do his thing, and you gotta do your part. All this I'm manifesting is put into the look, man. All that ain't gonna work if you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You gotta be in alignment, and you gotta work hard. You gotta work at it. He gonna respect your effort.
But that's being a hypocrite, though.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm at on the obedience thing. It's just the benefits of it far outweigh disobedience, bro. I don't want none of that, dog. I don't want none of it.
Man, see, I really.
How much time we got left?
Oh, you out of there.
Oh,
You out of there.
Oh, you know, I
But nah, I think that's a great way, because like I told you, we do this all the time.
Yeah.
This could be part 2, and this could be a recurring series even with you too. But I really do appreciate you showing up today, dropping the gems and the information, but being who you are, bro. Because I love Sid for who Sid is. The accolades, all the other stuff that you've done in life, that's just a bonus to you. But being who you are to this world and what you're pushing out right now in this message, I appreciate you putting that on the details, because that's what's going to make the details separate from any other podcast. So,
J Jack.
oh man,
Got it,
my
bro.
dog.
Yeah.
Listen, man, y'all make sure. This is episode 2. This is my baby. This is something that I've been putting off since 2020. But I wanted to make sure I shared my dope ass friends doing dope ass things out here in the world. You can find this. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you share this with a friend that could be able to utilize this story and that could be able to use this as an inspiration. Until then, until the next time, salute to the grind.